Lu Dongyan ran over, flipped for a while, take out a stack of cards printed with a Titanic poster. Asked, "All right, it's better to be doing something than nothing. Insert the disc into the DVD." The two leaned against the bed, turn off the light, getting ready to watch Titanic. However, opening music of the film, it reveals an unsettling feeling. Lu Dongyan, which version of Titanic do you have? Does the Titanic have this plot? As that voice made the girl blush, Fan couldn't help but feel puzzled. Lu Dongyan's chubby baby face. It's almost dripping with moisture. My head feels fuzzy, on the verge of embarrassment. How could he know? The landlord wanted to keep it under wraps, hiding the stacked pieces so well. Still not remembered to take away. This is infuriating. Moreover, isn't the landlord a single woman? How could there be such a thing? Fan was not surprised at all. Hurry up and turn it off. It wasn't me who put it there. Well, the girl let out a cute shy sound. She closed her eyes, plugging both ears with my index fingers. Next doors. Can you lower your voices a bit? At this moment, suddenly a roar echoed, because the television is against the wall. This old house, the sound insulation is poor. Awakened by this noise in the middle of the night. If there was someone else, it would be fine. Otherwise, who wouldn't take it away? Appreciation for the transformation of glutinous rice balls into braised rice dumplings inevitably comes to an end. Walk to the television. Open the DVD and take out the discs. The annoying sound finally stopped. He let out a sigh of relief. Lu Dongyan lay on the bed. The feet flailed wildly, then ran out of the room, sighing with a sense of desolation. I won't be able to face anyone ever again. This building of yours. Most of them are tenants. Who knows who? Fan didn't take it to heart. This kind of barrel-shaped building next to the urban school. It is usually rented to students, or accompanying parents, and the vendors setting up stalls in front of the school. They generally don't stay long. Moreover, Lu Dongyan is a tenant himself. Once summer break is over, I won't be here anymore. Flipped through the remaining slides again. They are all ghost movies, thriller movies and the like. It might also be a disguise. Open it again, it's those things from before. At that moment, Fan lost all interest. Turn off the TV. He doesn't like watching horror movies. The only purpose of playback. It is the Eastern words of the bottom lane. Fan doesn't need to rely on this thing again. Let's bridge the distance with him. What is the intended purpose? It's better to break up yourself, okay? After all, in Fan's view, this is being together with Lu Dongyan. The last summer. What are you doing? Turned around. Fan was startled. Lu Dongyan has already run to the room. But her face was covered in cucumber slices, whitening and beautifying. Please do not say it. Doesn't fit your character. He believes in ghosts. Charging fiercely towards the sun during the day. I want to brighten my complexion and enhance my beauty tonight. No need to believe any excuses. Lu Dongyan wouldn't say that. It is to avoid letting Fan, seeing my own bright red face. I don't know what's wrong. No matter how shy I was before, always recovers quickly. Maybe this time the force was too strong, causing good companionship. The face is still warm. Just stick on cucumber slices. It can also cool down. Can still be covered. Don't let Fan see. Cool breeze on a rainy night, blowing in through the window. No need to turn on the electric fan. No game to watch. There are no movies either. Fan had no choice but to open the book again. The exam is the day after tomorrow. Take another look. although I am already quite confident. The rain is gradually easing. Lu Dongyan lay on the bed. He Fan sat next to, except for some sparse bits. The sound of rain hitting the leaves. Only He Fan was stirring. The rustling sound of leaves. The sound echoed, inducing fear, just as Lu Dongyan squinted his eyes. As I was about to fall asleep, a hand reached out. "Remove a slice of cucumber from your face." Puffing and panting, hearing the crisp sound made by He Fan's bite. Lu Dongyan has lost his spirit. "Hey, what are you doing?" Santai. Although I previously tried to alleviate my blushing, he splashed his face with cold water several times. "So you weren't asleep after all. Even while sleeping, you can't eat the cheek." "I'm thirsty," He Fan said. Index and middle finger coordination. Again from his face. "Pick up a slice of cucumber. Throw it in your mouth. The smoke has infused the flavor." Then he originally wanted to get up. Quickly take off all the cucumber slices. Hearing He Fan say this, feeling sweet and content inside. Little pufferfish feeding on cucumber slices. He Fan. Lu Dongyan immediately picked up. The cheeks are indeed like a pufferfish. Began to swell up. The cucumber slices all fell down. Every time he pretends to be angry. "It will be like this." "Okay, it's not the pufferfish feeding on cucumber slices. It's a cucumber feeding a little pufferfish." He Fan smiled and pinched his cheek. Moti leaned closer. Lu Dongyan's heart skipped a beat for a moment. Immediately jumped up. The girl felt a wave of dizziness. A buzzing in my ears. As if I had lost the ability to think, except for the sound of one's own heartbeat. I can't hear anything. It seems to have a poetic and picturesque nature, quietly concealed. After a while, "We can't wait for any follow-up from He Fan. Good night." A gentle voice whispered in my ear. With a snap, the light was turned off. He Fan left wearing flip-flops, going to another room. Lu Dongyan's face was still flushed. The first kiss is still preserved. But just now, He Fan's behavior, he already feels that the progress is very fast. And he suddenly realized, He Fan seems to have gone to his own bedroom, because the room with the TV. At this moment, it is the guest room where Lu Dongyan is located. Suddenly, a small conspiracy. It suddenly appeared in Lu Dongyan's mind. On his baby-faced cheeks, a foolish smile emerges. He Fan's eyes are filled with contention, staring blankly into the darkness, recalling what just happened. In fact, in married life, it is a sweet interaction that often occurs. But now, they are not husband and wife. After the breakup, we will never become a couple again. He Fan, you want to break up with Lu Dongyan. He Fan, the better you treat him now, it will hurt him even more then. Repeating to myself over and over in my heart. He Fan closed his eyes, getting ready for bed. Lu Dongyan's breath, but it penetrates everywhere. Surround He Fan completely. The rain has stopped. A round of music hangs high in the sky. He Fan looked at the moon outside the window. He Fan couldn't sleep. Lu Dongyan also didn't sleep. In this tiny rental room, 2 pairs of bright fur boots, gazing at the same bright moon from afar. Midnight. A faint sound came from the guest room. Lu Dongyan shuffled in his slippers, quietly went to the bathroom, although he didn't want to go to the bathroom. Just a trip. More able to convince oneself internally. A moment later, he appeared at the master bedroom door. Saying "Mu why might she?" seems a bit confused. But in my heart, it was filled with melancholy. In the end, I made up my mind. Walked in, seeing He Fan's blurry sleeping eyes in the dark. Lu Dongyan felt a bit guilty, but still gently shook off the crystal sandals. Like a little kitten, crawled onto the bed quietly, then dove into He Fan's embrace. I just got up after midnight. In a daze, unconsciously entered my own bedroom. It's not that I crave your embrace. That's how it is. Whispering softly, the anxious girl, Modai felt at ease. Pulled on. She is very tired now. Quickly fell asleep when the sound of breathing by my ear became even. He Fan reached out to pull the blanket from himself. Gently cover the small person in my arms. Gently hold her. Serene yet charmingly sleepy eyes, dispelling the annoying insomnia. A wave of fatigue hit. I have long been fed up with you. You're just too clingy. Summer will soon be over. That's how it is. Lu Dongyan's acting skills. Just like her cooking. If I had to describe it in one word, it would be garbage. 2 words to describe it, rotten. Compared to MS Lai, she is like black iron before a king. With waking up in the early morning, her tongue twisted as she spoke the promise. But no one explained the reason. Why am I sharing a bed with He Fan? She had already finished her revision, but facing He Fan's slightly teasing gaze, in an instant it disrupted my mind. A brief lie. Because I was nervous, I froze. In the end, it turned into a lazy meow. Ding-ling-ling. He Fan's phone ringtone saved Lu Dongyan. She shyly darted out of the bedroom, hid in the bathroom. What's wrong with Mom? The exam is tomorrow. Let's not eat out today. What if I get a stomachache? Bring Dongyan to the house. Eat a nutritious meal for a day. Okay. Let Dongyan bring 2 sets of clothes to change. Beep, beep, beep. The last day of preparation. Under MS Lai's excellent culinary skills, enjoyed 3 delicious meals. The overall atmosphere is also very relaxed. There is no feeling of tension before the exam at all. Lu Dongyan, as a top student, there was never any pressure. He Fan is even more impressive. Top student. Layazi's extraordinary beings. All right. In the end, the results will definitely not be as good as the top students. But overall, the mindset is very calm. Lao He and MS Lai are even more open-minded. Such a pre-exam atmosphere. I'm afraid there's no choice but to completely mess it up. It is almost one of a kind. Danan, tonight you will sleep with Auntie. After dinner, MS Lai said, the exam is tomorrow. I'm worried about you eating outside in the morning. If you rush here tomorrow morning, you'll have to take a detour. Did you bring a change of clothes? But, thank you, Auntie. Lu Dongyan is clever. Lu Dongyan nodded obediently. In the morning, He Fan asked him to put on his clothes. I anticipated it. He Fan had no objections either. MS Lai's decision. He also has the right to voice his opinion. This, wife, I snore quite loudly. Lao He's smile was radiant. Go. MS Lai gave him a disdainful look. Lao He happily took out his phone. Start contact call. The son went out for a night out the day before the college entrance exam. This old man is one of a kind. But there's nothing we can do. If Lao He has to share a room with He Fan. He Fan will definitely be unable to sleep all night. One morning, He Fan and Lu Dongyan get up at 7:30 sharp. Lu Dongyan, fragrant century egg and lean meat congee. It's already cooked. He Fan and Lu Dongyan finished washing up. MS Lai is all set. 2 bowls are placed on the table. What's left in the pot? It's left for old He to come back and drink. Besides century egg and lean meat congee, there is still milk and eggs. And I want to do this every day too. I'll make breakfast for you. Lu, Lu Dongyan finished the last spoonful of porridge. Fill in a circle. Thin, sticky rice paste. Sweetly saying, MS Lai was overjoyed. Still, Dongyan is disobedient. Take another look at someone. Yifan cleverly declined the tea, silently drinking porridge. 8:20. The two of them prepared to set off at a leisurely pace. Check the exam proxy materials carefully. Don't forget to bring your admission ticket. MS Lai returned to the two of them. Prepare a few chocolates each to replenish energy. Be careful on the road. All right. Goodbye, Aunt. The two are reading in Chengno One High School. It's the exam hall of the city. It can be considered a home field advantage. And because the distance is short, parents don't need to drive. It's even more convenient now. 10 minutes later, the two arrived at school. Which subject do you have, Yuan? Keep it up. Lu Dongyan's small hand clenched his fist and waved it a couple of times. Cheer for Yifan. You keep it up too. Yifan's palms were slightly sweaty. The two went to their respective exam halls. As Lu Dongyan said, the first gate of Yuan, Yifan felt no pressure at all. Work through the problems step by step. The final essay was even more impressive. Add some polish. Better than the last life. There is still more than half an hour until the exam ends. Yifan has already finished. But he didn't rush to hand in the exam paper. After checking it again, silently wait for the exam to end. Then submit the answer sheet. Off-campus Xiaoxiang, Lu Dongyan has been waiting here. Clearly, he submitted the exam early. When Yifan arrived, he is gazing intently at the spicy skewered snacks stall. From time to time, wrinkle your poor nose. Mingaming's lids. The girl clutched a 10 yuan bill tightly in her small hand. Take 2 steps towards the spicy hot pot stall. Quickly shook his head and stepped back. Retreat halfway. Can't help but move forward again. It seems there are demons whispering ahead. Finally, he stomped his foot in frustration. Simply turn your back. Pinch your nose tightly. Open your mouth slightly to breathe. I want to eat. Aha. Sigh. You've come. Lu Dongyan instinctively replied. Realize it. Yifan stood there with a satisfied expression. We want to eat. The girl raised her little head, a face full of anticipation for praise. Good. Able to resist eating. Great progress. During the college entrance examination period, it wouldn't be good if I got a stomachache. Yifan felt a sense of relief at the same time. There is still some difference. If it were the Lu Dongyan of his past life. Now, the spicy hot pot skewer in front of him. It's already dozens of them. Let's go. Returning home, Yifan said. Walked ahead. Mom has already made arrangements. Lunch is ready at home. The exam starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's definitely enough time to go home and finish dinner. Wait a little longer. Lu Dongyan walked with small, quick steps, following Yifan, hearing his voice just now. A day that felt inexplicably strange. Are you going home? Since yesterday. Lai Yun's cooking is very light, but with the support of superb culinary skills. Even Lu Dongyan, who cannot live without spice. For each dish, it was also praised endlessly. Let's sleep for a while. Having finished lunch, Yifan made Lu Dongyan. Went to my own bedroom. Remember to wake me up before the clock strikes. Lu Dongyan before sleep. Instructions for Yifan. Good. Yifan nodded slightly. He is not ready to sleep. Math exam in the afternoon. Let's practice some more questions. In theory, the noon of the first day of the exam. Sleeping is the best choice. Reading can actually lead to anxiety, but it varies from person to person. For Fan, clearly, practicing problems is better. However, Fan's attention, struggling to focus on the book for a long time. Boo-hoo. Lu Dongyan's soft and even breathing. Bu now Ren. Nail heart. The girl rolled towards the dumpling, holding a small pillow in my arms, curled up in the corner of the bed. Because I am lying on my right side, the left cheek is plump with baby fat. The right cheek was flattened by the pillow, causing the mouth to slightly open into a small indentation. Leaning against the headboard, looking at his peaceful sleeping face, Fan unconsciously smiled. His unreasonable behavior exhausted Fan, but on the other side, it reassured him again, like the torrential rain and the cicadas in nature. Noisy yet tranquil, the sweet sleeping face of the girl. Fan, who originally wanted to read a book. I also feel a bit drowsy. Leaning against the headboard, I dozed off. Then the clock quietly struck the hour. Fan woke up in shock, suddenly snapped back to reality and checked the time. It's almost time. Mo died. Cold sweat trickled down Fan's forehead. She glanced down at the still sleeping Lu Dongyan. Fan swallowed hard. He knows. This is the calm before the storm. Lu Dongyan. There is a secret. Lu Dongyan has a secret. This secret only Fan knows. Waking up grumpy. This is a common flaw that many people have. It is particularly severe on Lu Dongyan. Only when the sleep time exceeds an hour, but not fully rested yet, then the morning grumpiness will strike. Be stingy for a moment. Get enough sleep. Never can we be caught in between. So he would remind Fan before going to sleep. Wake him up before the clock strikes. Fan had not expected this either. I overslept. We will start speaking at 3 o'clock. Now wake up, it's time to set off. But Lu Dongyan was immersed in deep sleep. If you wake up from a fight, the consequences are severe, but even more serious. It's better than a gap. Dad hasn't woken up yet. Mom is also taking a nap. Fan first closed the door to his parents' room, poured a glass of warm water, went to the bathroom again and filled a basin with hot water, put Lu Dongyan's face towel in to soak. Let's carry it to the bedroom together. Close the door tightly again. Fan's attitude towards Lu Dongyan at this moment, cautious like handling a landmine. Wring the towel dry, holding onto the edge of the bed, supporting Lu Dongyan's back with one hand. Gently lift him from his slumber. Wipe his face with a warm towel. Lu Dongyan groggily reached out to swat. Yet I found my face still warm. Uncontrollably, her beautiful brows gathered like brocaded silk. I became irritable. I want to sleep. You have triumphed. He roared fiercely like a little beast. It's time to climb back into bed again. Dongyan, we still have an exam this afternoon. Wake up. Fan pulled him back again, increased the intensity of wiping the face, thoroughly woke him from his nap. Lu Dongyan clenched his small fist. He struck the bedboard irritably. The other hand clutched the pillow. Just throw it towards Fan. Then the hands began to slap Fan. It seems like there was already preparation in advance. Or perhaps I've dealt with it too much in my past life. Fan skillfully caught the pillow in one hand, held a little tighter again. Don't let him move his hands around. Continue to wipe your face with a hot towel. Lu Dongyan, whose hands cannot move, started kicking wildly with 2 feet, kicked the sheets and blankets into a wrinkled mess. Compared to other times of willfulness, facing Lu Dongyan's morning grumpiness, Fan is always much more tolerant. Lu Dongyan has always had mild anemia. It's easy to lose sleep. Awakened from deep sleep, it will make you feel dizzy and disoriented, even a slight feeling of nausea. Faced with the irritable Lu Dongyan at this moment, He Fan did not show any impatience. "I'm so sleepy," as Lu Dongyan squinted, scheming. Slightly parted lips, the head swayed back and forth. "I want to avoid the hot towel he uses to wipe his face." Randomly feeling depressed, He Fan let out a sigh of relief. At this point, it's no longer noisy. Shenming is about to wake up. He Fan wiped Ying Ying's face with one hand. A hand gently smoothed his fur, as it obstructed his head. "Wait until his anger has subsided a bit. Lift the cup. Gently bring warm water to his lips. This can prevent mild nausea. Good half-time. Lu Dongyan has just woken up." He Fan. Lu Dongyan seemed to have been fitted with a brand new battery. Turned on the switch. A sudden gasp. What happened just now in a daze? It echoed back. "I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Did I hit you?" He felt extremely guilty, having a temper when getting up. "I haven't talked to He Fan yet. You can beat me." He Fan pinched his face and rubbed it, reminded to finish the warm water. "Wait up, ready to head out for the exam. He seems to be recovering well." He Fan felt relieved. Deep sleep ultimately replenishes our spirit better. It's just that Lu Dongyan's situation is a bit special. After his brain entered deep sleep, awakening has explosion risks. Fortunately, He Fan relied on his extensive experience in riot control. Successfully mitigate this risk this time. "I'm sorry. You must have been scared. In the future, I will set my own alarm clock. Will you dislike me?" He Fan. Whip. On the way to the school examination hall, Lu Dongyan's head was slightly bowed. The small face was filled with worry. Muttering timidly, "A personal flaw. That's why I didn't tell He Fan. But now, still found out, and still did such an outrageous thing to him. Tomorrow after the exam, I'll treat you to spicy hot pot." He Fan smiled, said, "He knows it all too well." A straightforward answer or comfort. For Lu Dongyan, the effect is very limited. The best way, it's just changing the subject directly. Use something else to attract his attention. "Sure, I want to eat Bailey Wan. Eat 5 bowls." Hearing He Fan's promise, Lu Dongyan happily returned to his exam room. A minor incident that happened at noon. Quickly forgotten. Math exam in the afternoon. This is He Fan's festival. If we can get through this festival, then the college entrance examination will be exceptionally outstanding. Certainly exceed the scores of the previous life. It turns out, this week, diligently solving problems to unlock treasure chests. It is very effective, except for a few very complex problems. He Fan couldn't answer it. The rest is all filled up, although there are a few questions I still don't understand. But it doesn't affect making decisions. Because of these questions, I have already recalled it while practicing questions. Kept in my heart. As the exam ended, He Fan tried to catch his breath. The festival should be a success. Wait a moment. I will know the answer once I compare it with Lu Dongyan. The college entrance exam only has tomorrow's liberal arts and English left. This cannot hinder He Fan at all. My previous life's grades were quite good. This life will only get better, as long as math isn't a problem. He Fan had no issues with the previous book. How did you do on the exam? It is known that He Fan's math is a weak point. Lu Dongyan's small face showed dissatisfaction and tension. He is impressed by He Fan's achievements. It seems more concerned than its own. Let's compare answers. Fan thought it should be good, but I still want to compare with this top student. Comparative insurance. Two people on their way home. Correct all the way through. Finally, Lu Dongyan's little face was filled with excitement. Flushed red. Fan, we have the chance to attend the same university. He originally thought. Being able to be in the same city, that would be enough. But if we could be at the same university, Lu Dongyan would be even happier. Is that so? Fan's bland response. Perhaps I will disappoint him, compared to Lu Dongyan, who is hopping ahead in small steps. Fan's emotions were clearly not on the same wavelength as him. Returning home, Fan snapped his fingers casually. Bao, get ready with 5,000 yuan. 7. Let's talk after the results come out. That won't do. How about this? Tomorrow after the exam. I am with Lu Dongyan. Estimate the score for the answer. If the estimated score can reach the first tier, you can give me the investment money in advance. How is it? Making money? It must be prioritized and put on the agenda urgently. Otherwise, the high-end milk tea market. If someone is occupied, it will be difficult to step back in again. This summer vacation, not a single day can be wasted. Yeah, a book. Chen, if you can guess this score, I promise to give it to you in advance. MS Lai laughed. If only it could be estimated that high, even if it's slightly off, as long as it's not too outrageous. It will never be below the second-tier threshold. Transaction completed. Lu Dongyan is still sleeping with MS Lai tonight. Lu Dongyan. Lao, he was able to make 2 consecutive night shifts. Filled with gratitude for the future daughter-in-law. One day, the afternoon exam has ended. Fan wrote effortlessly, answering questions alongside Lu Dongyan. Facing each other, Lu Dongyan felt as light as a swallow. Quickly take off. We will definitely be able to attend the same university. Lu Dongyan wrapped his arms around Fan from behind. The small head pressed against Fan's back, rubbing against the sturdy back, like an excited little kitten. And I discussed the topic with Fan. He really reached a baseline. Returning home, Lu Dongyan reports to MS Lai. Dongyan, did this guy threaten you? Don't be afraid. Tell Auntie. To be real, Aunt beat him. MS Lai expressed her doubts. And want to stand up for the future daughter-in-law. It's true. Lu Dongyan looked serious. The little expression is very certain. Afraid that Lai Yun wouldn't believe it. MS Lai even had a hint of doubt. Did the future daughter-in-law also fail the exam? So that we can match the answer. But upon closer thought, not logical. There is only one correct answer. But things went wrong. Then there are countless possibilities. Can get everything right. That must be right. The wrong cannot possibly match. Yo, you suddenly got wise, didn't you? MS Lai was very happy. A face that doesn't show age. It seems like I've become several years younger, although I usually don't pay much attention to grades. That was only because of the love for Fan, not reflected in this aspect. How could anyone not want their child to be well? Dingsheng and Lai Yan, the couple, embracing a philosophy towards life, not holding expectations. Any harvest is an unexpected joy. Do not have overly high expectations. Then you won't be disappointed. Lao He and MS Lai both understood very well. For children, 1,000 scoldings. No gaze of disappointment can cause greater harm. There, this free-range kid. Hasn't he lived his life without regrets? Tomorrow I will transfer the money to your card. Let's have a nice meal tonight. MS Lai patted Fan's head. Said happily, Mom is wise. Fan returned to the room. Turn on the computer. Get ready to set up the online store. There is a computer at home. The monitor is still not an LCD screen. It's that kind of big-headed. The system is also using XP. It's really easy to open an online store now. Less restraint. Very quickly, Fan has successfully registered the shop. Just waiting for Mom's money to arrive tomorrow. Submit the deposit, even if the store is opened. However, however, when naming, caught a bit. Are you thinking about a shop name? Lu Dongyan maintained a duck-like posture, on the bed's edge, staring blankly for a long time. At this moment, it can be understood a bit more. Sorry, I can't assist with that. Fan was deep in thought. What name would be good for a women's clothing store? I thought of a good idea. Previously, Lu Dongyan had talked with Fan, talked about starting an online store. He knows he is going to sell women's clothing. Suddenly, a brilliant idea struck. Xiao Ying leads. What? Fan listened attentively. He never doubted Lu Dongyan's intelligence. As long as the love brain doesn't go crazy, he is exceptionally smart. You step aside. Lu Dongyan pushed Fan away, sitting in front of the computer, stabbing the keyboard with a piece of paper. Knock out 4 characters. Strictly selected women's wear. How are you? He turned around, looking at Fan with anticipation. I feel a bit embarrassed. After all, this is Fan's online store. But chose a store name that carried his own name. But Fan stood behind Lu Dongyan. I casually grabbed his silly tuft of hair. Dongyan's character Yan originally represents the meaning of beauty. Put it on the store sign. It not only represents a choice of beauty. Sorry, but I can't assist with that. Still a strict choice. A play on words. Simply perfect. I am really smart. Gaining Fan's affirmation. Lu Dongyan smiled as sweetly as honey. The little head obediently. In Fan's palm, it rubbed gently. He found himself increasingly fond of being weakened by Fan. The palm of the hand in the rear view had a hint of roughness. It fills people with a sense of security. But I don't like your QQ signature. At this moment, Lu Dongyan opened Fan's QQ. A serious expression crossed her face. Said, I head north all the way. The season of leaving you. Lu Dongyan's lips slightly curled. Delete the entire line of lyrics. Then thought for a moment. Please help, Fan edited carefully. I want to hold your hand like this and never let go. Can love be simple and free from hurt? The girl poked at the paper with a stick, humming a song. I lean on your shoulder. I fell asleep on your chest. In such a life, I love you. You love me. Lu Dongyan's face was flushed. I made a slight change to the lyrics. HMPH feeling a bit shy. Then I opened my QQ again. You are the source of my worries. This was changed when Fan and I just established our relationship. He pondered for a moment. Then delete the signature. A piece of paper is activated again. I gently take a taste of the love you say you have for me. I have every version of you that you like. I made a slight change to the lyrics. Lu Dongyan nodded in satisfaction. The flush on her round face has not faded. It became even sweeter. Fan watched him write his signature earnestly yet clumsily. Somehow feel it's cute. These things we used to play with so joyfully. One day I will no longer be interested. But watching it again doesn't feel tiresome. Only nostalgia. Yi Fan. What is this? Are you playing a game? Lu Dongyan fixed his signature. Gaze fixed on the computer desktop. I saw several cute cartoon icons. Sure, This is kart racing. Do you want to play? Sure. Lu Dongyan used to only be on his phone. Play Tetris and bounce ball. I have never been in contact with computer games. Sometimes you haven't encountered something. It's not that I'm not interested. It's just that there hasn't been an opportunity. Just like Lu Dongyan. He had never played computer games before. But it doesn't mean I'm not interested. At this moment he, sitting intently in front of the computer, controlling the century egg while driving the cart, running laps on the town canal. Lu Dongyan's small face was tense. Tuya bit her lower lip, serious and nervous. My palms are all sweaty. A tiny body. Also follow the turn of the go-kart, shifting left and right. Every time I bump against the wall. He frowned at the poor guy. The brows are filled with heartache. Press and hold the direction. Press the shift key to drift. Ifan shouted from the side. Lu Dongyan's small hands nervously poked at the keyboard. A drift is pressed down. Suddenly a spin happened. A loud bang. Banged hard against the wall. My go-kart is about to explode. Lu Dongyan exploded with anger on the spot. Both hands away from the keyboard. Crazy Mao too. Close your eyes. I don't dare to look at the screen. It won't explode. You can crash without worry. Ifan was speechless yet amused. No wonder this girl looked so nervous earlier. Just a little bump and it hurts so much. Oh, really? With Ifan's guarantee. Lu Dongyan really relaxed a lot. After running another lap, finally learned how to drift. Even so, I will still hit the wall, but not to the point of going around in circles. Using gas acceleration according to TRL, when he filled a bucket with oil. Ifan explains again. Lu Dongyan decisively pressed down. I was startled by the sudden acceleration. The whole person follows Pai Dan. A tactical lean back has arrived. Finally, spent a whole lot of time. 10 minutes. Just finished running 3 laps around the town's canal. Fortunately, Ifan is wise. The practice mode he opened for him. Otherwise, there would be no gaming experience at all. I want to play more. Lu Dongyan had an excited expression, experiencing the joy of gaming for the first time. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. This is how we can start. You can also choose the map yourself. By the way, do you want to change cars? Ifan asked. Oh, and we changed the car. I'm sorry, but I need a more specific request or context to assist you. It's just about spending money. Previous game account? Ifan has long forgotten. This is just registered. There are no gold coins above. I want to buy a car. Only cash can be used. Pat, recharge. Then forget it. It's better to recharge QB. Lu Dongyan decisively refused. Still a couple of red bricks. More attractive to him. Ifan felt, Lu Dongyan said, not without reason. The simplest map. After running several times, none were below 5 minutes. Spending money to buy a car. Indeed, a waste. I have to say, human talent, only in specific fields. Lu Dongyan demonstrates this very well. At least, he is good at games. Like a little fool. But this cannot dampen his enthusiasm. In simple terms, it can be summed up as guessing and playing together. Boring. I want to battle against a real person. I hit the jackpot. After practicing in offline mode, Lu Dongyan stated, not challenging. Are you sure? That's a must. Ifan fulfilled his wish. Half an hour later, it's time for dinner. Let's see if I crash and die. You're done. MS lie. He crawled in to take a look. Then I see Lu Dongyan, sitting upright in front of the computer. The body moves with the game on the screen. Let's sway together. Little Bio is sulking. Rabbit teeth have all been sharpened. It's you who hit me before. Lu Dongyan playfully threatened, let out a howl, controlling his go-kart. Hit him like before. The crowd was pushed back. HMPH. Let's see if you dare to bump into me again. He has already made this game. When the bumper cars played, he fan is beside, watched with great interest. But clearly his gaze didn't look at the screen. But it was Lu Dongyan's profile. MS Lai also had an anti-smile on her face. I don't know why. He is someone who doesn't understand games. Watch Lu Dongyan play. Everyone finds it interesting. Another round is finished. Lu Dongyan subconsciously, go get some and come back for another round. Suddenly remembered, it seemed like someone was just here. Call yourself to eat. Aunt just called me to eat. Why don't you remind me one more time? Lu Dongyan felt a bit anxious. It seems that MS Lai just now ignored Nuo eat hot. He fan brought it to him. The rice and dishes served separately. That was prepared by MS Lai. Lu Dongyan can eat and play at the same time. He curled his lips. Although Mom doesn't object. Playing games by oneself. But where has there ever been such treatment? You are spoiling him. This is unacceptable. How can this be done? Lu Dongyan quickly brought the food. He fan returned to the table again. I'm sorry, uncle and aunt. I got so absorbed in the game. Lu Dongyan looked apologetic. He really wants to be in front of uncle and aunt, maintaining the image of a good girl. It was just like how you were playing the game earlier. It seems like there are some points being lost. It's nothing. The exam is over. It's nice to relax a bit. Let's play after we finish eating. But MSY clearly doesn't think there is a problem. She smiled and said to him, after dinner, Lu Dongyan eagerly wanted to do the dishes. Lai Yun couldn't resist. Just let him go. After washing the dishes, Lu Dongyan couldn't wait any longer. Sat back down in front of the computer again. A new journey has begun. He took off his flip-flops, sitting cross-legged on the chair, a poised and ready appearance. He fan did nothing, sitting on the edge of the bed, watching him play games. Feels very pressured, especially when seeing Lu Dongyan's go-kart. Someone bumped into me and I spun in place. The incapable fury of Brother Nai. He fan couldn't help but laugh with a honking sound. What? Tan, do not laugh at me. Lu Dongyan was furious with embarrassment. Her little face is flushed. I got hit a few times, with the mocking laughter ringing in my ears. Immediately calmed down, sprinkled onto He fan. He couldn't bear to leave the keyboard with both hands, so the left foot was placed down. Step firmly to maintain balance. The right foot kicked towards He fan, who was sitting on the edge of the bed. However, a meat bun hits the dog. He fan grabbed the ankle tightly. Lu Dongyan then realized, the current situation is very unusual. Let me go. If it were ordinary, he must have already given in. But now, he is still holding on. Internet-addicted girl. Never give up. Lu Dongyan crawled with his small frame. A Go board maintains its balance. My hands stubbornly remain on the keyboard. Another Go was caught, maintaining a look that isn't particularly ladylike, colliding with someone, waiting for the unfinished 3 words. Appears on the screen. Lu Dongyan once again achieved his 8th place. I'm so angry. Lu Dongyan was filled with impotent rage. The rations are fluctuating with anger. Sullenly exited the battle mode. Let's just go play a single-player game. At least I can finish running. Let me go. After a while, Lu Dongyan's mindset has returned to calm, realizing that he is still being manipulated by He Fan. Suddenly, he bit his lower lip. The left leg reached out towards He Fan. A toe gently scratched the back of his hand. He Fan felt a tingle on his scalp, gently let go like a touchbed. The girl lowered her gaze. The glutinous rice dumpling is adorned with Dian Dian Tao Fen. I'm going to get a drink of water. Are you thirsty? I'll bring you a glass of water. He Fan stood up somewhat sheepishly. Falling Flower hurriedly ran out of the room. He felt a bit embarrassed. From the perspective of an old couple, still able to be flirted with like this, I truly didn't expect that. Lu Dongyan's growth rate. As they approached, He Fan felt a surge of fear. Those who are addicted to games all know, once in a state of tranquility, time flows like running water. It's like those 10 minutes of confusion in the morning, the fleeting moment of 3 seconds. HMBH. Lu Dongyan yawned. The gaze shifted to the lower right corner of the table. Suddenly, a clever idea struck. It is already 11 o'clock at night. Played until forgetting the time. I'm going home. Just sleep here, then. Seeing Lu Dongyan about to leave, MS lies sitting on the sofa watching the evening drama. Immediately called out to him. He Fan can't sleep on the sofa anymore. Lu Dongyan wanted to be here to accompany He Fan, but he also knows there aren't enough rooms in the house. Sleeping with Auntie, He Fan had to endure his uncle's snoring, even though there's no need to worry about the exam. But I still can't sleep well. I can only sleep on the couch with Fan. You two can just sleep in the same room. Faced with MS Lai's taken for granted expression, Lu Dongyan was dumbfounded. If it weren't for the fear of affecting the exam earlier, MS Lai had arranged it this way a long time ago. Where can old he enjoy a delightful night for 2 days? Let's go. I'll take you back. He Fan's words interrupted Lu Dongyan's random thoughts. MS Lai shot He Fan a glare filled with disappointment. It's so late and still so quiet. Pay attention to safety. Okay. Got it. Auntie. He Fan led Lu Dongyan out the door. Summer nights did night. The evening breeze is refreshing. Walking through the streets and alleys, the grass by the roadside, it always rings out with a crisp echo, one after another. The game is really fun. I want to earn money to buy a computer. Lu Dongyan's excitement still hadn't faded. The interest in the game has been completely ignited. Okay, I start working tomorrow. He Fan replied with a smile. A thought suddenly arose in my mind. If he is really addicted to online games, if only their personality hadn't developed into such a terrible stubbornness. Immediately, he quickly shook his head, shook this thought out of my mind. Never hold any hopes of luck. Break up. It is necessary. Just before the breakup. Dongyan, are you hungry? Do you want to eat spicy hot pot? Lu Dongyan felt as if a switch had been pressed. The whole body trembled. In the brilliance of desire, the shape of the spicy hot pot has already been reflected. Spicy. Scalding. It's this point. Dinner has been digested. I'm feeling a bit hungry. If you don't sleep, it's the time I want to eat the most. Moreover, it's still one of Lu Dongyan's favorite foods. Spicy hot pot. He Fan walked ahead. Agreed to take him for spicy hot pot after the barbecue. Then I won't go back on my word. The girl held He Fan's hand, following closely behind with small, quick steps. A smile couldn't be contained between her brows. It's getting late. It was the peak time for late-night snack stalls. Spicy hot pot is a local specialty. Everywhere are stores and stalls. And the taste is quite good. The price is also very affordable. Ifan brought Lu Dongyan, arriving at the end of the late-night snack street. Entering a dimly lit green alley, there is a spicy hot pot stall there, although it seems the environment isn't great, but the taste is great. Buzz, first, give me 2 bowls of bai lai wan. I'll have a bowl of sweet potato noodles. All right. Lu Dongyan pursed his lips. Start picking sticks from the pot, looking for konjac, his favorite food. It is bai lai wan and konjac, colorless stick. It's all vegetarian dishes. 1 cent per. Pullard skewers. It's all meat dishes. 2 cents each. There are none more expensive. Bai lai maru and sweet potato starch. This is the command given by the boss. It's all 50 cents a serving. This spicy hot pot. It is just so simple and unadorned. And it's cheap. Lu Dongyan used a plastic spoon. Swallow a bai lai pill. Pouted and gently blew a kiss. Eagerly sent it into my mouth. Sioha. Then it got burned, and my little mouth trembled. Open your mouth. Continuously waving small hands. Fan the tip of the tongue. Eat slowly. Ifan was speechless. Bought 2 bottles of soda. Green tea-flavored Sprite. Ifan several times afterward. I want to drink this flavor, but production has stopped. Sigh. Open a bottle for him. Haven't had the chance yet. Put the straw in for him. Lu Dongyan picked up the Sprite. Just tilt your head back and squat. Sigh. Let you indulge once. This way of eating. Let's not mention whether it affects the menstrual cycle. Those with slightly weaker stomachs can't stand it anymore. But since I promised Lu Dongyan today, so I won't nag anymore. I'm so full. Lu Dongyan ate 2 more bowls of bai lai wan, a bowl of sweet potato starch, after adding the spicy hot pot, sitting on a plastic stool, patting the belly through the T-shirt. Occasionally he would smack his lips, after the fulfillment of a dream, the expression of the sage mode. Ifan eats quite a lot too. Since we are eating, just have fun. If you can't relax, it's not healthy. Then don't even take the first bite. But together, the 2 of them, eating spicy hot pot costs money quickly. Bottle of drink. It's almost all spent. Before leaving, Lu Dongyan acted casually. He grabbed another bottle of iced cola in a glass bottle. Ifan's eyes twitched. Weren't you just full? How can you still drink soda? What do you want to say? In the end, it was quiet and silent. Drink. Open your belly and drink. Today, I'll let you have enough of 4. This time, Lu Dongyan took 2 straws. All of it is stored inside. Ifan, you drink this one. Lu Dongyan raised the cola high, to the spot where Ifan could just drink, but found that I could no longer drink it. Then he stood on tiptoe. The Coca-Cola bottle also followed his tapping foot, though a bit higher again. He raised his head and opened his mouth. Strive to rise up. Let out a couple of cries. Still can't bite the straw. Too much stress. Stamping feet. Ifan, I compared exam answers with him. It should be fine, right? He let out a silent sigh. Ifan slightly bent down, level with Lu Dongyan's small head. So it is. He finally managed to bite the straw successfully. Let's see who can drink more. Lu Dongyan had a sudden inspiration. Before Ifan could express his opinion, his cheeks sunk inward. Then he started to suck the cola into his mouth, these inflating at a visible speed. Ifan just bit down on the straw. They don't suck it into their mouths either, just quietly staring at him. He wants to see. This whole bottle of cola. How much can he drink in one gulp? Lu Dongyan was still overestimating the volume of one's own bullet chamber. Didn't even drink a quarter of it. He Fan is in control. Drank about 1/5. Lu Dongyan took a sip of cola. It can only produce sounds. Oh, you won. Only He Fan can understand. Gudam, I am the champion of the cola competition. Satisfied, I swallowed the cola in my mouth. It seems I have received a great honor. He Fan was speechless again. This belongs to the champion of staying up late in the group. A fierce existence. The two were about to walk out of the alley, but they heard a chaotic noise ahead. Two groups of people are shouting in front of the station. Change the path. He Fan held Lu Dongyan's hand, preparing to go around from the side. Fighting is something. He remained silent and distant. In my previous life during middle school, it's quite ruthless. But now it's almost. The soul of the year, deeply aware of the preciousness of life. Reborn once again. Nature cherishes life more. A gentleman does not stand under a dangerous wall. Moreover, it also involves Lu Dongyan. I haven't walked far. He Fan's footsteps came to a halt. Dongyan, wait for me here. Don't take the alley. He Fan finished speaking. He turned back and walked towards the noisy place. Be careful. Lu Dongyan did not stop He Fan, because he heard it too. Amidst the noise, the voice of He Fan's chunky friend came through. He knows it's very dangerous. So I won't go out and trouble He Fan. Just holding a phone. The dialing interface has already been pressed. Always ready to make the call. At this moment, in the small open space outside the alley, a group of over 50 people stood in formation, divided into two factions. Each side has around 20 people. A group led by Qin Dahai, although it seems like their compatibility is quite good, but obviously not as fierce as the one across. The one leading over there. He is a young man with his shirt off. Kick an onion head. I have a sharp dragon tattooed on my body. Looks tough to deal with. Next to the young man, a short-haired girl with smoky makeup, wearing a crop top and ultra-short shorts, stepping in a pair of flip-flops, holding a cigarette in hand. Brother, it's this black chubby guy. Go ahead and open it for me. You help me chop off his third leg. He exhaled a puff of smoke. Not very old. Her words revealed a stubbornness and ruthlessness. Shut up. Don't even look in the mirror. Look at that nose and face. Even dogs look down on you. Without waiting for that little gangster's older brother to speak, the chubby guy spoke up first. He has always been like this. I don't care how many people are on the other side. Never back down. One word do. As soon as these words were spoken, like a spark igniting a fuse, the gunpowder smell from both sides is about to explode. Stop. At the moment when both sides were about to clash, He Fan felt, damn it, you two as a couple really are a handful. A woman wants to chop off her husband's third leg. Another one. You don't even want a dog, do you? He Fan couldn't understand. This future couple, what are they doing in the street now? He Fan remembered again. When Qin Dahai married Fangxi, he even went to be the best man. However, in their past lives, they were met in college. Nowadays, why did we meet so early? And the tension was palpable. Could it be my own rebirth? It probably caused the butterfly effect. That would be a sin. The small square became a bit quieter. Both sides had dozens of people. The gaze followed the sound, looking over towards He Fan. Fan sighed. How did you come here? Qin Dahai was taken aback for a moment. It was already too late. When the conflict arose, He Fan wasn't present again. He just didn't want to disturb He Fan and Lu Dongyan's world together. I never thought. We happened to meet again. Hello, Fanji. Fanji, you're here. Fanji, Fanji. The little hoodlums behind him. Seeing He Fan, everyone greeted each other warmly. Goodness gracious. He Fan knew nothing. So many little hoodlums know me. He remembered that in his past life he also didn't like to fool around aimlessly. The number of times they took action was very few. What's going on? He Fan asked. Just us brothers. Playing at the internet cafe. When I went out to buy cigarettes, my elbow accidentally bumped into it. That woman named Fang Zai. I apologized on the spot. He actually hit me on the head. He said I'm fueling him. I spit. I would never look at something like that. Pang Dahan looked very frustrated. Farting. I see you. It was clearly intentional. Today, I will definitely break your third leg. Fang Zai is the one with the beautiful short hair. A fiery retort. Step. Layazi will take it out for you to step on. Pang Dahai said, just about to unbuckle the belt. All right, all right. He Fan quickly intervened. You need to take it off. I should be harmonized. I have to step on it even if Fang Zai doesn't. Everyone stop arguing. I thought it was a big deal. It can be explained clearly in just a sentence or two. Why make things so unpleasant? Saying this to Qin Dahai and his group, He Fan turned around. A friendly smile. Take out the pack of cigarettes I just bought. Cross to the other side. Let's take a deep breath. Damn it. You two future spouses are causing a scene here. Do I have to come and clean up this mess? When enemies reconcile, it's never truly resolved. Why bother getting physical? Our small city. We see each other when we look up, and we see each other when we look down. Is that so? The cart chattered on and on. Both sides were a bit stunned. IG, what's wrong with Fanji? Is it the same Fanji that we know? This is really demoralizing. This group of people from Pangdahai all had a look of astonishment. He has had this symptom for several days. Sai, brother, is also very worried. Pangdahai looked worried. The other side, Fang Zai and his older brother Chen Bio, they are all a bit caught off guard. I thought the other side had brought a fierce warrior. It turns out to be a mediator. As the saying goes, one should not strike a smiling face. Moreover, He Fan's demeanor was quite humble. The smoke that drifted away has all been collected. This is equivalent to making a big deal smaller when there are many people. Once the frame is set up, there are fewer problems. Both sides know the risks are too great, but no one wants to be the one to suffer. At this moment, a mediator appears. It's very easy to talk about, but there are always people who take kindness for granted. Smoke your damn cigarettes. Just buy a pack to sprinkle. Sending away the beggar. Be more self-aware. Gather some money from your group. Make a soft Dutch land. Let's just forget about this matter. Beside Chen Bio was a blond guy. With a thud, knocked down the smoke that He Fan scattered to the ground. Opened his mouth and shouted. Qin Dahai looked at He Fan with a humble attitude. I was already holding back my anger. Once again, Huang Mao is so arrogant. Immediately picked up the stick again, ready to fight. He Fan took a deep breath. Originally, this matter was about to settle down. Suddenly, someone came out to stir up trouble. It made him feel a bit restless. The gaze swept past this blonde, looking at Chen Bio with a smile. Elder brother, you said this matter. You don't understand, damn it. What's going on? Banang and Fan Hu are talking. Huang Mao interrupted again. Elder brother. He Fan still wore a bright smile. Called out to Chen Bio. Suddenly grabbed Huang Mao's hair. In an instant it was pulled down. As his head sank down, the knee suddenly thrust upward. A muffled sound burst forth. With a cry of despair, the yellow-haired person's entire face twisted in agony. You say, speaking with Fan. Lift up the blonde's head. Can this matter really be counted? Immediately pulled down fiercely again. Another spray. Huang Mao no longer has the strength even to climb the pit. Chen Bio and his group of brothers. Everyone was stunned. This looks like the easily bullied He Shi Lao. Why is it suddenly so scary? After realizing it, everyone surrounded Yi Fan. A crisp sound echoed. Yi Fan smashed the empty cola bottle. The bottle cap has sharp spikes, directly pressed against the neck of the blonde. I'll ask one last time. This matter, can it be counted? Yi Fan's smile remained radiant. Makes people look, yet shiver with fear. In an instant, noisy little square, a deep silence. The people from Pangdahai. Everyone felt a bit anxious. This is why he doesn't make many moves. But the reason they all hold such respect is get started. So crazy. In this world, there are always some people doesn't like being treated like a person by others. The bones must suffer a little. Only then did I realize the importance of good communication. Chen Bio had cold sweat trickling down his forehead. It's getting a bit difficult to handle now. Grandpa Chen. They are right ahead. At this moment, Lu Dongyan's voice. Suddenly, a sound came from the nearby alley. Yi Fan immediately became restless. Looking over that way, immediately saw he led a group. The old man with a cane walked out from the alley. The old man hurriedly walked over, panting. Seeing Chen Bio, stamping in anger, just hit him with the cane. Wan Bo fought alone again. You don't want to listen, huh? Like to hit? I will kill you today. Chen Bio stood there, not daring to move. Hurry and give the others a knowing look. Grandfather, don't hit Chen Bio anymore. We were just messing around. Yes, didn't really fight. It's over, it's over. Everyone has gone home to sleep. He raised his eyebrows. This old man has seen it all. It was that day on the bus. I didn't expect that. He is Chen Bio's grandfather. It must be Chen Bio who was awakened by Fang Zai in the middle of the night. Call it out. Noticing something was wrong, I came to find you. Are you okay, Yi Fan? Lu Dongyan rushed over with a concerned expression, gazing intently at Yi Fan's face. I've watched it several times, fearing that Sheng and Fan would get hurt. The blonde was also grabbed by the hair. I'm almost in tears. This madman. Does it seem like something is going on? Yi Fang let go of his hand. The blonde with a face covered in blood, as if granted a great pardon, quickly ran back to their camp, hid at the back. At this moment, Chen Bio has already put on his clothes. The tattoo is also covered up. Let the old man beat him with his cane. Just pat the old man on the back to cheer him up. I dealt with him for quite a while. Old Master Chen's anger has mostly subsided. After all, it's painful to see one's own grandson fighting. Don't let him fight. Aren't you just afraid he'll get beaten up? Zio he Zio Lu. You are all good children. You will be college students in the future. He is someone who wants to benefit society. Not like my grandson, such a busybody. I've caused you trouble. Sorry. Old Master Chen said to Yi Fan and Lu Dongyan. A chill ran through the crowd in the small square. Good child. This word is really difficult to connect with He Fan from just now. Where is it? As long as you work hard. No matter what position you hold, you can contribute to society. Benefiting society is not exclusive to college students. Yes, child, you are right. If only everyone had your awareness. It will come sooner or later. Bring one. He seemed unfazed by everything. Smiling, he handed over a cigarette. Sorry, my grandfather is not well. Not needed anymore. I'm sorry about what happened today. Fengxi is young and doesn't understand. Don't stoop to his level, Chen Bios said with a serious expression, helping old Master Chen walk into the alley. The rest of the people dispersed. Only Fengxi, who was secretly preparing to sneak away. Wei and Fan grabbed the braid tightly, brought back the trouble you caused. And just like that they left. He Fan's voice was cold. What are you going to do? At this moment, Fengxi, the little girl no longer has her swagger, with a guilty expression. Our older brother was stunned at that moment. Not to mention, we've all been sent back home now. Recalling Fang's very spicy expression. Fengxi is a bit fidgety. You can tell the chubby guy to go. The feud between the two of you. He directly pushed her to Kindahai. Sister, you want to break my legs. Pang Daha let out a villainous laugh. Let Fengxi keep retreating. She isn't afraid of the big seas. Mainly with Fan. However, she discovered. He Feng seems ready to leave. That girl. Leave. Clearly. What happened next? He Fan decided not to care anymore. After finishing the spicy hot pot. It's almost 12 o'clock. If this continues to be a disturbance, it is now midnight. We need to hurry and send Lu Dongyan back to sleep. She is clear about the chubby one's personality. I won't lay a hand on girls. Sigh. Fanze. Why go back? It's already this late. Let's just go to batting Xiao together. Tonight, this little girl will serve tea and water. Pang Dahai saw He Fan was about to leave. Canon. Fengxi was about to curse. Then Lai Jian and Fan had left. The pressure suddenly eased. As a result, this fat guy, again, I want her back. Unexpectedly, Dongyan is tired. I'm not sleepy. Ifan. Otherwise, let's go to batting Xiao. How is it? When she said she wasn't sleepy. Ifan just knows. What will be said next? This internet addiction. It's indeed quite serious. Tomorrow work will begin. Sleep until the afternoon before starting. That's also fine. Coco, I have never stayed up all night before. Lu Dongyan held onto He Fan's hand. Peng Yuo is acting spoiled without anyone around. When facing He Fan, in her world, there is only this one person. I am getting more and more used to it. Stay sweet anywhere. Sister, I'll take you to play a game. At this moment, Fengxi rushed up, pulled onto Lu Dongyan's hand. I can play any game. I can take you anywhere. She finally understood. The weakness of a madman. This is the girl. Witty Fengxi, Kanchu and Fan were shaken. It looks like I'll be staying up all night today. Fortunately, the first person to act. Build a good relationship with Lu Dongyan. In this way, your own danger has significantly decreased. Good. All right. Lu Dongyan was overly enthusiastic towards her. Some discomfort, but just the thought of being able to play games. He just nodded. The last time. He Fang looked serious. Said, she is just right. A bit about opening a store. I need the help of that group of chubby guys. Starting tomorrow I will work hard. Bought a computer. playing all night at home. I said it's the last all-nighter. He and Fan Kayan are one, friends who write online literature, staying up late every day to write. Not yet 30. It's about to burst. Staying up late. It causes significant harm to the body. Go buy water for the brothers. Arrived at the internet cafe. The chubby man took out a piece of paper. 50 yuan bill. Hand it to Fanxi, commanding with great authority. That beating was clearly endured. The cigarettes were taken by her and sold. Changed money to spend. 7. What's so impressive? Fanxi murmured quietly. If it weren't for the fear of being beaten up by that crazy person. I've been looking for a chance to run away for a long time. He and Fan laughed at the fat man bringing trouble upon himself, now increasingly arrogant. After getting married, the more you get counted in the final tally. As soon as I entered the internet cafe, Lu Dongyan was like, discovered a new continent. There are quite a few people staying up all night. It's not fully connected to the internet yet, playing the same game of League of Legends. It can be considered a flourishing of 100 flowers, a dazzling array of games. Overwhelmed. What is this game? So cute. Lu Dongyan pointed at a screen. Dewey and Fan discuss the way. This Maple Island. I am a level 3 Dragon Knight. Do you want to play? I'll take you. Fanxi, who finished running. Once again it rushed over. The robbery has succeeded. Sure. The girl's bright eyes. The stars begin to twinkle. She is already restless with anticipation. I just want to get on the plane and experience it quickly. Fan and his group have a lot of people. Directly booked the innermost room. More than 20 machines. Instantly filled up. Fanxi was very cunning. Chose a spot against the wall. Let Lu Dongyan sit next to her. It means covering for her. Please wait a moment. Help me out. Fan said to everyone. The whole room listened attentively. A look that says to just give the orders. My online store is about to open soon. Please help me place the order then. Don't worry. I won't let you work in vain. Every order. I will give $5 as a token of appreciation. He said to Fan. At this moment, the online store is not well managed. Faking orders is a common practice. Since there are so many people's resources, Fan couldn't be bothered to look for it online. Fanji said it in one sentence. Yes, talking about money makes things feel distant. It's just about this order brushing. What on earth is this thing? Everyone was talking at once. At this time, online shopping had just started to gain popularity. These young people have experience with online shopping. Very few, let alone faking orders. Yohi, I'm familiar with this. My internet bill. It all depends on earning through fake orders. Leave it to me. I guarantee to help you get it done well. Beside him, Fang Zai boasted once more. He never expected this. Fang Zai is still a professional. That would be perfect. Since that's the case, I'll create a group. Everyone come in. But let's make it clear first. The money must be given. Who doesn't accept? Whoever it is, don't enter the group. Just pretend I'm not this friend. He spoke earnestly to Fan. Ting said this to Fan. Everyone has lost their meaning. Everyone is not originally. What a wealthy person. If I could have some free time, earn some internet fees. Nature is happy this way too. Since you are a professional, that should be. Can you still pull people in? Of course. But outsiders don't need to. Let's settle it for 5 yuan per order. At most, 3 or 4 pieces will do. In conclusion, I give you so much for one order. How many people can you gather? How much money do we give them for a single order? You decide for yourselves." With that said, he fan. Suddenly it became clear to me. This is giving them kickbacks. But it's said to be a kickback, more like a gift for them, a little labor fee, as long as the matter is handled well. Feng is definitely willing. Build the group. Pull everyone in. The purpose of coming to the internet cafe today. Consider it done. I haven't played games in a long time. It looks like the chubby guys are all playing S. And complexity. Connect with the network together. Beside him was Lu Dongyan. Under Fengxi's guidance, has already entered the game state. Faint stars sparkle. This is what he registered. A novice character, currently chopping with an axe, bouncing seriously, cutting the snail. You upgrade here first. Finally reached level 10. You can now change your profession. If you want to become a magician, level 8 is fine. Don't add random points. If you want to change anything, just let me know first. I'll add a little. Fengxi beside me was giving instructions. However, he did not play this game. According to him, the level is too high. And Lu Dongyan, he won't gain experience even if he forms a team. I'm dead. Fengxi's gaze. Just left not long ago. Suddenly, Lu Dongyan exclaimed. Only his starry little flame was seen. Has already entered a state of soul. Floating above a tombstone. Lu Dongyan looked pitiful. Watching his little star, I feel a pang of heartache. Please wait a moment. I'm coming up. I'll give you some gold coins to buy medicine. Fengxi said. Start logging into the account. While he is logging in, Fan was holding an AK. Massacre. What kind of game is this? Lu Dongyan was full of curiosity, focusing intently. But soon he noticed that something was off. Fan, I feel so unwell, feeling a bit nauseous. Oh. Lu Dongyan's face turned pale. The eyebrows are slightly thick. Her eyes were a bit dazed. Looks like someone is feeling carsick. What happened? Fan put down the keyboard and mouse. Quickly check on Lu Dongyan's condition. He has cavern sickness. Just don't look at you playing S. No big deal. Just drink some water and you'll be fine. Fengxi next to me said. Upon hearing this, Fan was stunned. In his past life, he cared for Lu Dongyan. It can be said to be as detailed as fine threads. I really don't know. He has these symptoms. But upon careful consideration, it is also because the reason he has never been exposed to games. Becoming an internet-addicted girl, it's about today, never experienced in a past life. As Fang's eye said, Lu Dongyan stopped watching the scene. After drinking a few more sips of plain water, quickly resumed combat readiness. Why did Wokao Fanzi quit? Not playing anymore. The chubby guy over there wearing headphones. I don't know the situation here. Only saw Fan disconnect. A game that was supposed to be a win. Lost. I'm not playing anymore. He spoke while chatting with Fan. Click on the mushroom icon. Registered an account. Team up with Lu Dongyan. The snail was cut. To prevent him from always wanting. Look at your own screen. HMPH, I'm here. Patty, let me show you my shooting skills. Fengxi gave Lu Dongyan. After buying the potion with gold coins. Exit the game. The feet started to swell. The grudges from before. I had almost forgotten it a long time ago. Soon they became one. I have to say, in terms of gaming talent, Fengxi is considered top-notch. Even among this group, the expert, Pang Dahai, all felt very powerful. So the two of them made an appointment. Let's book a room for a one-on-one match. The game has reached the point of depleted coins. There's no way to determine a winner or loser. Hoo-hoo. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. The sound of steady breathing fills the ears. He glanced sideways at Fan. Lu Dongyan, who has never stayed up all night, still couldn't hold on and fell asleep. The twinkling stars on the screen, falling down again, transform into a wisp of soul, drifting around with eyes wide open in death. The girl lay there with her head tilted. It's a bit uncomfortable to sleep while sitting. Fan took a deep breath. Worries. It happened again. He doesn't want to bring Lu Dongyan. The main reason for staying up all night. I just know he will definitely fall asleep. But sleeping in an internet cafe. Definitely not stable. That's serious morning grumpiness. If it happens here, it's quite troublesome. He hugged Fan closely. Let him lie down, resting my head on my own legs. Fancy by the wall. I also switched to a new machine. He is at no risk of being beaten. Clear the space. Let Lu Dongyan have a place to put his feet. In this way, the young girl's furrowed brows finally relaxed. He put the headphones on him. Can reduce the noise in the internet cafe. Seeing him sleep quite soundly. Finally, let out a sigh of relief. But Lu Dongyan could sleep no matter how deeply. Also restless. Otherwise, I wouldn't often wake up from a deep sleep. The whole person made a 180-degree turn. He fanned legs. After all, nothing is as comfortable as a pillow. He slept for a while. Just feel discomfort in my neck. My head started to nod back and forth. As everyone knows, the area is just that small, coming and going in circles. Inevitably, we will encounter. Fan took a deep breath. It's a bit of a catch-22. As he pondered how to handle it, Lu Dongyan seemed to be stuck for a moment, in a dream, with a slight frown of her brows, tilting the little head. It's just a hammer. HMPH. Pit pit. He let out a painful groan from his throat. Like a shrimp, the waist bent down. I feel like I'm losing myself, but I don't dare to move recklessly. I can only hold back my voice. If you wake up Lu Dongyan, woke up grumpy and dazed, just come with a few headbutt combos. That is completely over. Lu Dongyan still couldn't sleep well. The small head swayed back and forth. Fan's face turned pale. Pick up the mouse. QQ music has started. Big Cup Curse is playing. Put on the headphones. He sighed deeply like a sage. Yan closed his eyes and began to meditate. Calm that restless heart. Early morning. He and the group of night owls. They were scroll haphazardly across the seats. The boss won't come to rush anyone. Not many people are online at this time. Furthermore, internet cafe in a small city. It all relies on a group of regular customers to sustain the business. Easily offended, especially for this group of chubby ones. A bit of a delinquent nature. The boss quite likes this. After building a good relationship, if there are troublemakers in the internet cafe, they can still step in to help. Lu Dongyan didn't sleep particularly well, but I still got enough sleep. HMPH. As I slowly wake up, there's a hint of nasal congestion in my voice. Wake up and refresh your mind. Looking up, I saw Fang and Fan fell asleep leaning on the chair. HMPH. Slightly parted lips. Yawned, exhaling the last trace of lazy drowsiness. Modai leaned closer to Fan's face. Badgie took a bite. Hehe. Young sorceress, why me? In the dimples of her cheeks dwells the sunshine. Not sure how much time has passed. When he and Fan woke up, Lu Dongyan has already straightened up. With a serious expression on their little face, they were diligently chopping mushrooms. You're awake. Lu Dongyan's serious little face quickly turned around and smiled at He Fan, then immediately faced the screen again. The expression became serious again. The next second, a giant mushroom fell from the sky. With one careless move, Fan Zing Zio Yan was doomed. Uh, it's him again. Lu Dongyan was going crazy, scratching his head. He is training to level up in long-range mushroom hitting. But after a short while, a mushroom king will appear. Good luck. Give him time to take risks. If it just happens to refresh beside me, this is the scene we just witnessed. My experience, watching because of death, another segment of the experience bar has decreased. Lu Dongyan pouted slightly, sighed helplessly. All right, go home and freshen up. I'm ready to take care of business. Thanks. Wait for the chubby one to wake up and tell him. We are leaving first. He pulled at Fan's weak tuft of hair. Send to Fanxi, who is still fighting. He is like a war god. I've been playing for half an hour without sleeping. All right. Call me anytime for brushing orders. I'm running out of money for the internet. Speed up. Fanxi didn't even lift her head, dancing with a crackling sound. There is no game he can't play. Lu Dongyan looked on with envy. Following He Fan, they left the internet cafe. I also want to become a gaming expert like Zio Zai. I trouble you to think of something else. Right now, all I can think about is you. I just want to play games. This is my motivation to make money. I want to buy a computer. He stared at Fan in speechless disbelief. I almost thought an elementary school student was following me. The goal is to play the game better than others, as long as the performance isn't disrupted. He wants to play however he likes, can find joy through gaming. It is a kind of luck and happiness. Bring some breakfast back for uncle and aunt. Lu Dongyan's pen trembles with desperation. Smelled the aroma of oil next to the vegetable market. He and Fan followed the gaze. I saw a street vendor selling deep-fried oil rice cakes. Right now, oil rice cakes cost 50 cents each. Affordable and delicious. Paid 10 yuan. Bought 20. Skewered together with 4 bamboo sticks. He Fan and Lu Dongyan both held it with both hands. Nibbling while heading home. "Hey, little bunny, why do you smell like smoke?" Returning home, Mom, with a keen sense of smell, staring at He Fan. "I warn you, no second-hand smoke allowed." The attitude of my parents. As long as Fan has grown up. A little smoking now and then is no harm. Of course, it's better not to smoke. But now it's different. Being single is no big deal. Since I have a girlfriend, then we can't harm others with second-hand smoke. I didn't smoke. Last night I stayed overnight at the internet cafe. He Fan explained. The smell of smoke is strong inside the internet cafe. The internet cafe at this moment. There is no such thing as a so-called dark zone. But you really have a way about you. Take Dongyan to such a polluted place. MS Lai directly burst in. And I want to go play on the computer. Lu Dongyan quickly explained. A girlfriend is there to take the blame. MS Lai faced He Fan. Another explosion. She didn't make me take the blame. This is really where I want to go. Little bunny. How exactly did you bully her? MS Lai has become addicted to tapping. And she didn't bully. Thank you. Stop talking. Lu Dongyan was halfway through his explanation. He Fan covered his mouth with a head full of bumps. Forcefully interrupted. But they dare to bully her right in front of me. He Fan. All right. Knock, knock. As long as you are happy. Who asked you to send money today? Gave the oil bowl cake to Mom. He Fan and Lu Dongyan both went to wash up. After everything was tidied up, take what you need for today. So I took a ride to the train station. Are we going to handle everything? Lu Dongyan speculated. Yes, yes. He nodded slightly. When Xiao Zhang works in the fashion industry, basically it's all about going to get supplies. Of course, there are also trips to Lin Province's Yang City, but he didn't plan to run that far. Going to various places is both beneficial and convenient. The drive takes less than 2 hours. He and Fan quickly bought two standing tickets, because it is a midway station, and the distance is short. Don't mention the sleeper train. There aren't even any standing tickets available. Wait a moment. I went to buy 2 bottles of water, although there are also on the train. But after all, the price is a bit high. It's still cheaper to buy before getting in the car. I want ice to fall. Lu Dongyan's voice echoed. That He Fan carried 2 bottles of water and a bottle of ice-cold cola, although cola is delicious. But after a while, just feels sticky in my mouth, thirstier than before. The green train has arrived at the station. He Fang led Lu Dongyan to the car. 2 people stand in the aisle. The environment inside the car is not good. People are sitting everywhere on the ground, sitting on the chair. He indiscriminately took off his shoes and socks. Additionally, the smell of instant noodles and teak perfume, filling the entire carriage. But in this kind of carriage, for decades, carrying countless dreams of leaving home, countless memories of the journey home, too much greatness. It began on ordinary railway tracks, in a series of ordinary train carriages. He Fan stood there. Lu Dongyan has leaned against him. 2 hours, though not long, but it's not exactly short either. Sigh. Lu Dongyan felt a bit suffocated. Twist opened the soda bottle cap, ready to look up and squat, squat, squat. Suddenly he saw the woman standing across from me, holding one in hand. A little girl around 4 or 5 years old, staring wide-eyed, coke in hand, biting my fingers. That woman behind, still carrying one, the baby in the wall fortress, standing there, leaning against the wall of the carriage, apologetically smile at Lu Dongyan. On some dark faces, a bit awkward. Ifad, are you thirsty? That's good. Not good. You are thirsty. Drink some water quickly. He Fang was taken aback. Immediately followed Lu Dongyan's gaze. Just realized. Opened the bottle cap. Drank half a bottle in one gulp. I can't drink any more. Lu Dongyan took it over. Finish the other half of the bottle. Then pour half of the cola. Poured it into this empty bottle. Then he handed the cola bottle to the little girl. The little girl's pupils were a bit frantic, at a loss for what to do. I looked at Mom, looking again at the cola passed over by the young lady. Sister, please have some cola. Cheers. Lu Dongyan smiled sadly, with a warm expression. He raised the bottled water. Thank you, sister. The little girl spoke timidly. She clinked her Coke bottle with Lu Dongyan's, carefully took a small sip, then handed it to the lady. Mom drinks. Mom doesn't drink. Let the baby drink. The lady patted the little girl's head, smiled gently at Lu Dongyan. Ifad, the cola is really sweet. Would you like a drink? Lu Dongyan raised his little head. The mineral water bottle shook in front of Fan. Okay. He took it to Fan. In Lu Dongyan's dazed little eyes. Gulp, gulp, finish in one go. Bottled cola in a mineral water bottle. It does seem a bit sweeter. The train had been traveling for about an hour. Fan, my foot is a bit numb from standing. Is that so? A bit drowsy and Fan. At that moment, it felt like I had eaten a power bar. People seemed to have become more spirited. I'll sit for a while. Lu Dongyan looks for the female attendant. Borrowed a newspaper. You sit down first. Then she pressed her foot down on He Fan's shoulder, but with her little strength, clearly it is not possible. Dan He Fan still sat down cross-legged. Immediately, Lu Dongyan sat down on He Fan's lap, leaning in her embrace. Sigh, drink it all, quenching my thirst. I punish you to be my chair. Lu Dongyan smiled sweetly, shifted slightly on Fan's body. I want to find a comfortable sitting position. Don't move around. He Fan sternly warned. This phone, unable to listen to the great compassion mantra. What are you being fierce about? Have you decided what style of clothing you want to sell? Lu Dongyan thought about serious matters. I've made up my mind. He Fan has always been thinking. In the end, it finally came. Decision. He doesn't plan to sell that summer bestseller, even though the hot-selling item sells well. But it also means very ordinary, and the competition is fierce. In this way, with his limited funds, it's basically impossible to have an advantage, even if I can make some money. But that way, the speed of development is too slow. You must create your own hit product. What style are you selling? JK sailor uniform. He shared his plans with Fan. This clothing style is very popular in the market right now. The school uniform worn by the Neon High School students. What is that? Lu Dongyan doesn't quite understand. This is it. He Fan opened his phone. I used the computer before. Some images have been transmitted in. Show it to Lu Dongyan. This is not in the anime. Is it a girl's outfit? Lu Dongyan immediately remembered. Although it's not very popular in reality right now, but it has never been absent in the anime. Haha, just sell this. Speaking with Fan, patted Lu Dongyan's shoulder. And you have a daunting task. What is it? Seeing his serious expression, Lu Dongyan felt a bit nervous. Wearing a sailor suit, take a photo. He was absolutely certain. The sailor suit was worn by Lu Dongyan. It can only be described as perfect. Even if it's just in my imagination, I can already imagine the scene. To be more precise, with Lu Dongyan's appearance, figure, and height, no matter what you wear, it won't be wrong. But leaning towards more youthful clothing, always more in tune with him. Do you want to be a model? Lu Dongyan pointed at his own poor nose. There is a hint of comfort, but more than that, there is excitement. Since He Fan has made this decision, it must be because I'm pretty. Thinking of this point, he smiled foolishly. He Fan Jai Xuoi, import clothing images from the computer to the phone. It's precisely because I understand so well, at this moment in the mainstream wholesale market, you definitely won't find a sailor outfit. So, he plans to become a garment industry worker, looking for clothes. The production factory directly makes the samples. When I was sanding earlier, Lu Dongyan felt a bit tired. Time passes slowly, but sitting in the last half hour of the ride with He Fan, yet in the blink of an eye, the train came to a complete stop. After the crowded passengers got off the bus, Yan is holding Lu Dongyan's hand, walking down the train at a leisurely pace. It was already noon. The sun is very bright. Exited the station. He